はい、皆さんこんにちは。オーランドの住生です。今日は2021年11月16日です。今日はオーランドから車で約50分ほど北に走ったところにあるクレアモントという町に来てます。クレアモントにある最もフロリダで有名なワイナリー、レイクリッジワイナリー&バインヤードに来ました。フロリダでは一番有名で美味しいワインと言われております。建物の中でワインの製造工場が見れるのと、そしてワインの試飲もできるそうです。とっても楽しみです。それでは参りたいと思います。レイクリッジワイナリー&バインヤードの敷地の周りはこんな感じです。今日は快晴の素晴らしい天気です。これが入り口の建物です。1989年にできたワイナリーです。
French Huguenot settlers on the northeastern Florida coast that discovered among the lush vegetation an abundance of flourishing grapevines. It was from this chosen fruit, the native muscadine, that the first American wine was fermented more than a century and a half before grapevines were planted in California. The pioneers of the mid-1800s also found in Florida a land rich in natural resources. The Central Florida Ridge, distinguished by its rolling terrain and abundance of lakes, quickly established itself as an agricultural base. In addition to citrus and tomatoes, this region emerged as a center of commercial viticulture, at one time supporting more than 4,000 acres of vineyards. These early attempts, however, involved non-native grapes introduced by European settlers, and the wines were unable to withstand the intense pressure of Florida's semi-tropical environment. Florida's great potential lied in the development of adaptive bunch grapes and improved varieties of the native muscadine. It is this winemaking heritage we now invite you to share, a heritage rich in history, in tradition, in family. We welcome you to Lakeridge Winery. Seeking to re-establish wine growing in Central Florida, and inspired by his family's agricultural history and his father's love of winemaking, Gary Cox chose the Central Florida Ridge to establish Lakeridge Winery and Vineyards.
Both of my grandparents were in agriculture. They farmed in Gadsden County, which is a little bit to the west of Tallahassee. A good number of my uncles also were in agriculture, and early on I ran one of the farms for an uncle of mine for several years before I went back into construction with my dad, and then ultimately back to school and majored in accounting. So I did that for a pretty good while too. And my father, even though he was in the construction industry, he did make some wines as I was a kid on a fairly regular basis. I had tried some of his wines, wasn't too impressed, but he liked it, and so that was fine. Everybody ought to be able to drink what they like to drink.
We have 47 tanks in all, and it ranges in size. Smallest tanks are 2,000 gallons, and the largest of our tanks are 25,000 gallons. Each tank is surrounded by what we call the cleaning track. You take a look at these two tanks over here. It kind of looks like a golf ball, right? You can't get up the side. Well, that was a golf ball deck. That's an actual cooling jacket coming down. Keep it in nice and cool. We keep our tanks at 65 degrees Fahrenheit all the time. Important for us during fermentation. That's our winemaking. not too heavy on that oak, and it's definitely not too heavy on the body. It's a very soft Cabernet. Happens to be my favorite of the Cabernets. Goes great with a steak, or a prime rib, or a beef tenderloin. If you like Italian food, oh, it's great with Italian food. Yeah, it's good or not. Right. Now, there's a reason why I wanted you to wait and not touch your glass. Well, first of all, what kind of a host would I be if I didn't join you, right? Now, you know why I do this? Because I can.
Yeah.
There you go. All right. Might look like I poured a little bit more in my glass, too.
I noticed that.
And I did.
Yeah.
All right. All right. Now, the reason why I did this is I wanted to take you through what we call the 5 S's of wine tasting. It's just a simple, easy way for you to identify a beautiful, fresh glass or bottle of wine from one that's starting to go south or already went south. Here's my biggest pet peeve. You go to a nice restaurant. You pay anywhere from $10 to $12, sometimes $15 for a nice glass of wine. Well, that restaurant might have opened that bottle a week or 2 earlier, and they're still pouring that darn wine. It's not going to get you sick, but you're tasting it and you're going, oh, this is not hitting me right. Something's not right. Well, I'm going to show you a simple and easy way to outsmart that. 5 S's. The first S is you want to see your wine. So everybody grab yours by the stem. By the stem. Yeah, don't hold your glass like this. Reason why you never want to hold it like that, the temperature of your hand is going to change the temperature of the wine. So by the stem. Lift it up, tilt it to the side. What you're looking for is clarity in that wine. It's, even though it's a deep ruby red color, you still can see it's a clear liquid. You want to see that shine, that beautiful, beautiful shine on that wine. Also, if you keep it tilted to the side, look on the very top. It looks almost like a thin layer of water floating on the top. That's called the rim, and that's a good thing. Here's the warning signs. You're looking for that rim, and you look around the edges, and you see a copper color or brown color. Don't drink it. Run for the hills, okay, if that's what it is. So that's the first of the 5 S's, is you want to see your wine, see the beautiful wine. The second of the S's is you want to swirl your wine. Give it a good swirl. Now that's pretty good. You guys are good swirlers. But that also could be a circus act gone wrong. Let me show you a simpler way. Put it on that tabletop. Hold it down with the base with your hand like that. And now draw a circle. And be aggressive with it. Get that wine moving. What you're doing here is you're aerating that wine. You're opening up those aromas, those flavors. Ready for the third S. Now smell your wine. Don't be shy. Put your nose right in there. Give it a good smell. If it smells delicious, it is going to taste delicious. Okay, now ready for the 4th S. The 4th S is sip, but don't sip yet, because we're going to do it in 3 sips. Here's why. I just don't want you to judge the book by the cover. What happens is a lot of times people will take a first sip of their wine and they'll go, ooh, I don't like that wine. Well, reason being is you might have just brushed your teeth. You might have just eaten a pickle. You might have just had a big hamburger, okay? That's definitely going to affect your taste buds. So what you want to do is you want to take a small sip, swish it around in your mouth really good, and swallow. And you're going to do that 3 times. Small sip, swish, swallow. Small sip, swish, swallow. The 3rd time. Small sip, swish, and swallow, okay? By that 3rd sip, you're going to notice the difference, because the first sip is going to hit you hard. Second one's going to be, okay, it's getting there. Third one, oh, wow, now I'm getting the flavor. And by that 3rd sip, if that's not the wine of your choice, you just pour it right in there. You're not offending anybody by any stretch, okay? Now we got the last of the 5 S's. The last is savor your wine. So with that, everybody lift your glass. Salud.
Salud.
And enjoy the Cabernet Sauvignon. And by the way, y'all graduated. You're now wine experts. There you go. Congratulations. There we go. Enjoy. There we go. Small sip, swish, swallow. You see how it kind of rounds out by the 3rd sip? You're letting your palate kind of catch up to it. So every time you're trying a wine, give it those 3 sips before you make a judgment on that wine. Fish. If you like a cream pasta like an Alfredo, you got a little red in that glass still, so you leave that red out. That'd be great. There we go. Enjoy the Chardonnay. The Pinot's a little more fruit forward. And so far you've been drinking 12% alcohol. This is a 13% alcohol.
I like the first one.
You started with the third one. You started the third one. We did and now we're on the Pinot Gris. We didn't do these two. Those two.
The sweetest wine, the port wine.
Yeah.
Is this the equivalent to a port?
No, we're not even there yet. No.
There he is. Okay.
Long ways to catch that. That's like dry wine. Do they like sweet wine? Do they like red? Do they like white? And you're opening 150 bottles trying to please everybody. Now, open one bottle of Sun Blush. And I'll tell you why. The profile's right in the middle. It's not too dry, not too sweet. It's just perfect. Go ahead. Okay, so this works well. But let's see if it really does work. Because guys, isn't the most exciting thing about a sparkling wine is the beautiful bubbles? Well, let's see if we can get that. I just opened it this morning. Let's see. Because this is supposed to work. Here we go. Bubbles! Oh, there we go! Wow, look at that! Wow! Amazing, right? Did you believe that those bubbles came out of this bottle? Good. Because if you did, you're cut off, okay? There we go. All right. Now with a sparkling wine, what you don't want to do with a sparkling wine is you don't want to swirl it. If you swirl it, you're going to swirl all the beautiful bubbles out. All I want you to do is enjoy it. It's called Pink Crescendo. It's not a dry, it's a sweet. It is our celebration wine. Perfect for a birthday or an anniversary or just a fun day like today. The holidays are creeping up real soon too, so great one to have around the holidays. And I spoke about mimosa. It makes a fantastic mimosa too. Alrighty. The sweeter the wine, the spicier the food. So if you like food that has a kick to it, some spice, some heat, a nice sweet wine will complement it. This is very similar to a Moscato or a late harvest Riesling.
That was good. Pink Crescendo. No.
Turkey. Sun Blush, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
Turkey, ham, goes great with the ham.
What'd you say this was? Oh, good.
Southern Red, we're going straight to, same red.
このワイナリーで一番有名なサザンレッドのワインです。
Your taste buds change.
サザンレッドいただきます。
I'll tell you a story later.
美味しいです。
All right.
Are you taking notes?
This was.
I like this other one. This one was.
You're fucking lying, bro.
Oh.
You're lying. Stop it, Bob.
Okay.
It's a doozy. The last one here is our dessert style wine. It's called Proprietors Reserves. So the last one on your sheet. What it is a blend of our Southern Red with a little bit of our cream sherry splashed into it. We took, it's a dessert style wine, perfect with a piece of cheesecake or dark chocolate or whatever your favorite dessert may be. I'm pouring this with an aerator. You can see it right here. With an aerator, and we happen to sell these right over here in our gift shop too. You don't have to swirl this because the aerator is doing it right for it. So once again, this is our dessert style wine. After dinner, a piece of cheesecake with it, or dark chocolate, or whatever your favorite dessert may be.
Now that one wasn't cold.
I'm sorry?
You keep it out.
It's in the style of dessert wines, like cords and cherries and stuff. Yeah, you don't usually chill them.
とても甘くて美
Oh
味しい
yeah,
です。
you don't usually chill them. Yeah.
Now my daughter was here the other day on a weekend, so I know it's different on a weekend. And she said she had something that was like,
Smells good.
Yeah.
The aroma is nice.
I jumped the gun, didn't I?
No.
That's the spice
I thought
bag,
it was a
no?
weekend
It smells like cinnamon.
No.
That's the spice bag.
They smell great. Makes the house smell like $1 million.
He says a whole bottle of the wine.
The recipe is right over there, folks, on that card. Bring your phone over there, take a picture of it so you have it in your phone. That's the best way to do it.
And I'm not done. You gotta go ahead and get it done.
いただき
All
ます。
right, if I can have your attention while you're enjoying that. If I can have your attention while you're enjoying that, I'm going to tell you about all the wonderful.
「このエリアはピクニックダイニングのエリアで、週末にはバンドが演奏してくれたりしてとってもにぎわうそうです。今日は火曜日なので静かですね。巨大なワインのタンクが47個あるそうです。レイクリッジワイナリー、127エーカーある広大なワイナリーの畑です。とってものどかで静かで、天気も最高なので気持ちがいいです。ここでワイン飲みながら ランチを持ってきてピクニックができたら最高ですね。ワインにはステーキが合いますけどね。はい、皆様、レイクリッジワイナリー&バインヤードの見学が終わりました。たくさんの美味しいワインが飲めてとっても楽しかったです。今日は私の動画をご覧いただきましてどうもありがとうございました。またよろしくお願いします。それでは失礼します。バイバイ。